And Rick, in addition to that beautiful Coke Zero paint scheme on the 34 car, or vinyl scheme, you could say these days, as these cars are wrapped, there's a logo on there from the Honor and Remember Foundation. Now, a lot of folks remember that 1 year ago today, 26 August 2022, our nation experienced the loss of 13 service members in Kabul, Afghanistan. And Jesse, who is an officer in the Navy, wanted to remember through the Honor and Remember Foundation today with that. It's to raise awareness on behalf of fallen military heroes and the families left in the wake of tragic losses. And certainly 1 year ago today, our country and all those families did experience that. We appreciate Jesse flying that logo, and we do honor and remember.
Also seeing on the 26, Freedom. And around goes the 18 into the inside wall. Caution comes out.
Hang on to it.
Sammy Smith, one of the young drivers here in the Xfinity Series, just 18 years old.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just was fighting really loose the whole race.
Wow.
He got shuffled out early, guys, and went to the back of the pack and was making his way forward. So this young driver who has never raced here before in the Xfinity Series, experiencing it in the wrong way. Sammy Smith trying to come through and did not.
You talked about the balance of the car being loose. That's a shocker for me. You know, we usually, since the repave here, haven't really fought massive handling issues or any kind of handling issues like we used to with the older surface. But, man, this racetrack is aging a little bit. Handling coming into play a little bit tonight.
Let's go back and see what happened.
He was seconds stopped on the grass there, and the AMR safety team immediately to him.
I've seen that so many times. I've been in that situation so many times. You're coming around the corner, and I mean, even with him talking about his car being loose, you just never feel like you'd ever spin out. And once the car starts going, it's hard to save it. It just drives right down the track into the inside wall.
There's only one way to learn how to race on these super speedways, and that's get out there and do it. And, you know, we talk a lot about practice. We've said it multiple times in this show already, but the lack of practice for these young drivers is a real detriment. It's very hard to come to a place like Daytona in a series you've never raced before and have any idea what to expect from your race car. And it's just such a major challenge.
Learning the hard way for Sammy Smith and the 18. Finished Xfinity Series best third at Watkins Glen, and not the way he wanted tonight to end, on the back of the record. There were 11 cars that hadn't come to pit road, and a few of those that have already come have come back to pit road now. Dave?
Eyes on the blue 21 of Austin Hill. He took lefts last time. He'll take rights this time. His teammate, Sheldon Creed, in the red and white number 2. He'll take lefts here. Left side Goodyear's and Sunoco Fuel, Marty.
And you see bottom of your screen, A.J. Allmendinger, who said he's a little bit free. Blue Slicker, as crew chief said, it's going to take a little bit of time here. We're going to work on a few things. See the 45 car backwards in his pit stall. Also at the front end of the pit road, Ty Gibbs. That was fuel only. We'll double check that on the 54 after the stage win.
Heavy damage, it looks to me, on the right front of the 21 who made a contact with this 45. We'll take another look at it right here. Watch this. Oh, yeah. Big dent in front of that tire. I believe that 21 is going to have to come down pit road.
Getting ready for the restart, and it will be the start of stage 2, the NASCAR Xfinity Series from Daytona, the Wawa 250, powered by Coca-Cola. We're seeing the 21 back on pit road. This is the reason why.
So a two-tire change, you know you're going to be close when you leave. And right here, this is purely the crew chief's responsibility. He needs to see the 45 coming in. The 21 has to make way at that point. And then a little bit, or here's another good overhead view. I mean, you have to let the 45 come into the stall. I put that purely on the crew of the 21 clearing his driver out. Got to give him more space.
Yeah, then Sage Karam and John Henry Nemechek. Sage coming in, John leaving. They make contact. A lot of stuff going on pit road.
In the future, everything will be powered by renewable energy. But it's not as easy as flipping a switch. It's a long road, requiring decades of time and trillions of dollars. But what if there was a better direction on the path to zero carbon emissions? An energy source that's available right now, that's affordable, plentiful, and environmentally friendly. There is, and it's propane. Get the facts at propane.com/now.
There's a reputation on the track, being built this very minute. One that embraces the crazy.
Oh, my goodness.
The fast. And the unpredictable. That looks into the eye of the competition and screams, bring it. Loud enough so the whole world will see it coming. I am the NASCAR Xfinity Series. I am NASCAR.
Multiple cars involved in this caution. The 6th one of the night, and 13th in position or points for the playoffs. Sheldon Creed involved, huge for Sheldon. That's Joe Graff Jr. in the 07. Safety crew getting to him.
And we're thankful to see these guys moving, because this was a hard shot into the passenger side of the 2 car. Look at the rear end, how it's twisted around. This whole car is folded up from that impact in the passenger door.
We saw Sheldon Creed was already out of the car. John Hunter Nemechek involved in this. Let's take a look at what happened.
Brandon Brown helping this 26 car through the middle. Looks like he gets loose before Brandon. Brandon maybe no contact at all. Contact with the 2. The 2's going to go back across the racetrack into the outside wall. And there's hard contact in the passenger door of the 2. Let's see that. So the 2's going to shoot back across the racetrack here. Right in front of traffic. Big contact.
Joe Graff Jr. in the 07 hit him.
Look at how far in it's pushed the door bars. And then that was crazy how it's folded that car up like that.
You saw John Hunter Nemechek. He was loose before the 68 car got into the back of him with Brandon Brown. And now Creed back up the racetrack, and you said it, just a hard impact in that right side.
It buckled the roof on the 2 car.
Roof, watch. That is just a hard impact on that right side. And Creed knows, oh, this isn't going to be good. Boom, look at that roof.
Look how it pulled the car apart. Like the rear end sort of trying to go out the back end of the car. Just violent.
And Sheldon had a really good race going. Had a good opportunity. Watch this right here. Got good stage points in the first part of the race. Look at the right side of that car. He got good stage points in the first stage. Was in good position at the second stage. Had a problem. Got spun. Didn't get any stage points there. And now this wreck. So he was so close to where he needed to be to try to make these playoffs. Now he's got some work to do.
Sheldon Creed came in 39 points behind Ryan Sieg when the race started, had got all the way up to inside 15 points, and now this happens. The low line being led by Austin Hill. Parker.
John Hunter Nemechek released from the infield care center. What happened there on that wreck off of 2?
I'm not quite sure. All of a sudden, I was looking at the inside wall, so I haven't seen a replay, but I think I got hooked in the left rear. I'm not sure if somebody came off the line or got tight, but hooked me, spun us. Sucks. I hate it for Sam Hunt and everyone on that whole team. They brought a decent car tonight. Thank you to Toyota and the Freedom 13 Foundation. It was an honor to carry 13 lives with us. A year to the day today. So excited to be able to carry that, and such an honor. So reckon.
16 around, the 7 tucked in behind him. And they continue to spin. The caution comes out. They're going to slide back in front of the field. Josh Berry involved, Sam Mayer involved. Junior Motorsports, who had been running so strong. 2 cars right here, and we saw the 7 of Allgaier stuck behind the 16. So 3 of the Junior Motorsports cars involved in this wreck.
And all of this is toward the front of this pack. We see so many times that's where the wreck starts. Sam Mayer is having a good night. A lot of damage to his car. Josh Berry, see the left front tire flat, right rear tire flat.
Josh trying to get back to pit road before he goes a lap down. So it's sort of a sacrifice. Do you tear the car up or do you take the lap down? With 8 laps to go, 6, 7 laps to go, we're getting a green flag. It'll be inside 5 laps to go unless they red flag this thing.
And some really good cars in this wreck. Some cars that we expected to be coming to the checkered battling for the win. It's going to really shake this field up in regard to who is leading this race with only a few laps left. Here we
See
go.
how this happened here. 16's loose right there through the tri-oval. He's getting pushed. Everybody's pushing, right? It's not any one person's fault. You can see all of them getting turned around off the nose of each other coming down here through the front straightaway.
Wyatt Snyder also involved in the 31.
You can see AJ right there wrecking loose.
And that's in the tri-oval is where your car is really the lightest of this entire racetrack. You're turning, but it's not a lot of banking. It's not a lot of force. So right here, just see that car wiggling around, the 7 in the back of him, and around they go. And look at all the potential winners involved in this. It's going to be an opportunity. Something bad happens to some, it creates an opportunity for others. We see it so many times at this racetrack.
It's put Daniel Hemrick up into the 2nd position now. Again, only 1 win for the reigning Xfinity Series champion.
Got to look at this top 10 here. A lot of names up here. A lot of guys haven't won.
Hemrick, Brandon Brown, Ryan Sieg, all trying to win their way into the playoffs. As we see now, a big push on that inside line. Gregson getting help from Brandon Brown.
But no help behind Brandon Brown. Let's see what this outside line can do. No help behind the 39 of Sieg either, though.
Sieg is together with the 11. He's going to push this car right by the 9 on the back straightaway.
And now they've gotten separated. What does the 11 do? What does Hemrick do? What line does he go? Look at the outside line, the 21
Austin
car.
Hill to the high side. And Ryan Sieg falling back.
Big run coming right here. Which lane does Hemrick try to block?
He got just in front of the 21 and then decided to come back down in front of Noah Gregson.
Big help from the 23 into the back of the 21. Hemrick goes up there to block that.
3 laps of racing to go.
It's been a really hard
yeah.
Big move.
Hill to the bottom. The side draft's coming. Can the 11 slow him down? He can't. Hill's clear.
But look at the damage on the front of that car. He is a sitting duck right here. Oh, Hemrick with a big block.
Hill out front now. Anthony Alfredo has moved back up to 2nd.
Oh, Anthony wanted to go to the bottom, but he knew it wasn't clear of Hemrick.
And all this behind, look at the, what is that? That's the 10 car in the wall.
He's got a right front tire flat.
And
we're wrecking.
spinning.
The 11 of Hemrick goes around. They wreck. Brandon Jones also involved. Blaine Perkins in the 0-2.
Everybody's wrecking. Man. There are like 3 different wrecks right there in that whole series.
David
on the
Starr
front straightaway.
In the 0-8, you see damage to the 7 of Allgaier. There's Starr. Anthony Alfredo caught up. Brandon Jones in the 19.
I think Brandon was part of the 2nd wreck. This car right here had a right front tire go down. He got out of the pack smartly. Jeff Burton right there stuck in the grass. Splitters digging into the...
So much rain this afternoon, and you can see the water.
The yard guy's like, come on.
He's about 2 car lengths from pit road. If he can get there, he'll get this car rolling.
And he has to stop.
You might want to try reverse.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, we're stuck now.
There's Jeff Burton in the 27, trying to get out of the grass.
So the 11 gets spun around first. Let's watch the 10. Going to see he's got an issue. He gets run into the wall, gets loose, corrects into the wall. Wow. Damage on the 27 right there. Boom. I don't know if Jeff got into him first or what.
Yeah, see, he got into the back of the 14.
He's loose right there. Yeah. He got sideways before Jeff got there. These cars are a handful, man. They're so surprised at the balance and the slick conditions.
But this is just the start of it, to your point, Junior, because now you see the smoke. There was like 3 wrecks, right?
There's a wreck.
Yeah, my goodness. What? So it starts there, the 27 that has damage, but the 11, how does the 11 get turned around? Right here.
Trying to block. Just turned it down on the 9, trying to put a block on.
Yeah, Noah's there. I mean, there's nothing Noah could do. He's down along the double yellow line, and then the 19 gets turned around.
Everybody's good, and then the 19 and the 08 get together. Then the 27 and the 7 get together.
It's a big hit for the 08 going back across the racetrack like that.
Everyone trying to avoid. Saw Sage Karam in the 44.
Watch these cars coming down pit road. Trying to miss the wreck. Rule is you can go down pit road, and there's a car coming onto pit road having problems. They're having to split him. Wow, so what's so frustrating about Daytona and Talladega. Big hit right there, just minding your own business. Next thing you know, you're in the wall.
Saw Riley Herbst get tagged. There's Myatt Snyder coming back into this one.
Good job getting slowed down right there.
Let's watch how it happens again. The 11 goes up the racetrack to try to get in front of the 23. Now comes back down. A little bit of contact there in the left rear. Noah's on the inside.
You know, at that point, you know, I mean, there's nothing really Noah can do, right? He can't lift. He's wide open. He's on the double yellow line. I think you're trying to just squeeze that guy down. Here we're riding on board with Riley Herbst right here. This would be a good view of it all. So here's the 10 up into the wall. But just keep looking up ahead because we're going to switch to the rear bumper because we're looking at the accident.
And he gets tagged right here.
Yeah.
And you did a good job there.
I'm going straight. That's such a relief.
Yeah.
Coming up on 2 laps to go in this race. Will this be the final restart? We're about to find out. Austin Hill, the control car in the 21. A little damage to the right front. Noah Gragson in the 9.
Oh, big contact. That's going to hurt that inside line. The 54 is way back there, so now they're organized on the outside. Noah is all by himself.
Brandon Brown trying to stay behind the 21.
Noah's trying hard to side draft to slow that 21 down. He's doing a pretty good job there. Help's got to get there quick, though. Big run coming from the top. Gibbs got there. Now the 14 behind the 54. Haley behind the 54. That's a big deal. Now the Haley in the middle.
Oh!
Contact
Brandon Brown into the wall. The 14 goes around as well. Ty Gibbs also. The big one happening again. The caution comes out.
Yeah, I feel like that started with the 98 of Riley Herbst trying to push. We'll have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, the 68 looked like he got a little out of shape there.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the 48. A lot of damage to the front end.
That was just about everybody left.
Ryan Sieg stuck in the grass. There's Myatt Snyder again in the 31. This time Josh Williams in the 5 involved. Alex LeBay in the 36.
So much damage tonight. I have to. The 68 of Brandon Brown sitting there with a chance to win this race. Now a tore up car.
Cesar Baccarella, you see him stopped in the grass there in that 45.
A lot of rear damage.
That's Josh Williams right there in the 5 car.
Yeah, and you see the wheels turning, but they're not actually touching the racetrack. That's how much banking you have here.
Ty Gibbs just about made it through there, got clipped at the last second. He's going to come down and get some tires. Doesn't see a whole bunch of damage on that car. Pretty fortunate.
He's going to stay on the lead lap, and there's not that many cars that are on the lead lap. So if this car doesn't have damage, he's not done. Let's see where it happens Everybody's pushing each other on the outside lane right there. Just we'll get another shot, but I just feel like that 98 car who was in that previous wreck, and he was started up toward the front, just seemed like a lot of pushing going on.
So this is back bumper, and he's being pushed.
Keep that pusher there.
Stenhouse.
Probably guy you're push him along.
Actually, when the contact's happening, it's about a half a foot between Stenhouse and the 98. So Stenhouse lets him go right here. The 98 gets in the back of the 68, and it's just enough to turn him. You would hit that, you know, and Riley will get out and say, man, I pushed somebody just like that 10 times in this race, and nothing happened. But it really matters is how that 68 car's loaded up, where he's got the steering wheel, what he does with the steering wheel when he gets pushed.
When Justin Haley got hooked in the right rear, fortunately, he didn't have a big impact. A lot of times the car gets hooked in the right rear like that, it turns you immediately head on in the wall.
I mean, I think it wrecked every car from 3rd to 15th.
Oh, my goodness. See right here, that push right there, and that started it.
And we've seen that push all night long, not start wrecks. But late in this race, maybe they're just a little harder. And you can't be moving from left to right when you make contact with somebody. If you're moving left to right or right to left and you make contact, you're going to steer that car that you're pushing.
And from that shot right there, you can see the 68 car left, right, and then around he went. But the reason he's going left and right is because he's getting pushed. And, you know, it just gets, you got to kind of keep up with the steering wheel. We see this. Pushing is required to be successful. It just is. But if everything's not just right, this is the result.
I like Austin's odds, man. I think this kid's the best plate racer in the field.
We'll see what he's got, and will it be 2 more laps? That question to be answered as well. We are once again in overtime, presented by Credit One Bank.
Timmy Hill back into the back of the 9 car. You saw the contact. AJ's going to push the 21 clear. Here comes the 9.
Austin Hill.
Austin's going to continue.
Front.
Yeah, Austin's going to continue to try to defend that.
You mentioned you didn't think it would get to be 3 wide. Pretty tight pack, trying to stay at least 2 wide. A little bit of help here coming for A.J. Allmendinger, and he's going to give it right to Noah Gragson into the wall. He'll go.
Oh, man.
Big hit for Gragson.
Lock it down,
and the caution comes out again.
Get it locked.
Still wrecking.
Landon Castle in the 10. We saw him wreck. There's Riley. Noah Gragson sideways.
Man, that was a hard hit for the 9 car there.
Yeah, we talked about blocking, trying to keep a run coming from behind.
I'm surprised that thing can roll.
Ty Gibbs, a lot of damage.
And now the carnage continues, and it's attrition is the question. Who will be left to fight it out here at Daytona?
See Matt Mills in the 78 car.
Blaine Perkins once again stopped in the grass. Getting to Landon Castle now, the AMR safety crew here. There's Jeff Burton.
Going down the back straightaway, Allmendinger with a big run, Noah with a block, Allmendinger being pushed by Jeremy Clemens, and wow, all 4 tires off the ground with that impact. That's a huge hit.
Yeah, we watched it down the back straightaway. The 51's pushing the 16, and so that's all 3 cars bumper to bumper. Noah comes down, to get in front of the 16. He sees the momentum he has. AJ just gets into the back of him. It's a pretty heavy push. You're going to have hard hits, hard pushes at the end of this race. And then AJ's car moves to the left and it spins the 9 back to the right. AJ kind of goes down the track below the yellow line, and as he drives across the back bumper of that car, it spins that 9 out. There's nothing you can do as the lead car when the car pushing you is moving left or right.
See, watch right here, Noah, with a big run, it's an aggressive block. We talked about, you know, having to be aggressive with the blocks, knowing when to make a block. Just with that big of a run, juniors, just see it right here. Just real aggressive.
Once again, multiple cars involved in this, the 10th caution of the night. Myatt Snyder got collected there in the 31. So Blaine Perkins involved again. There's Ty Gibbs on pit road. They're trying to do work to the right front. We'll have another attempt at overtime. 2 laps. It's a 2-lap sprint out. What a hit Noah Gragson took there from the 10 of Landon Castle. Airborne and spinning around here at Daytona.